Good morning, welcome to Music History. My name is John Detura. I'll be your host today. Today is February 2nd, and here's your music history. The year was 1959, and the day was February 2nd, and the gig would be the last for these three gentlemen. Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper all appeared at the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa. It was the last time any of these music artists would perform, because the following day, the unexpected happened. All three were killed in a plane crash. The Jimi Hendrix Experience appeared at the Blue Pad Club in Darlington, England in 1967. The show was advertised as "Don't Miss This Man," who is Dylan, Clapton, and James Brown all wrapped up in one. As the show was packing up and the roadies were putting the equipment away, one of Hendrix's Fender's guitars was stolen. Keith Emerson of Emerson, Lake and Palmer was injured in 1973 as his piano exploded during a show. The piano was rigged to detonate at a certain point of the concert. However, the stunt did not go as planned, and the piano exploded prematurely and injured Emerson's hand. In 1974, the Carpenters started a 4-week run at number 1 on the UK Music Single Chart, or the UK Music Album Chart, with the singles 1969 through 1973. The album featured 12 hits and the US number 1 single, Top of the World. This song has went back to the top of the charts on 3 different occasions. Country singer Dolly Parton rises to number 1 on the Country Billboard chart in 1974 with the music single Jolene. The band Genesis released A Trick of the Tail in 1976. This was the band's 7th studio album and the first to feature drummer Phil Collins as the full-time lead vocalist following the departure of original vocalist Peter Gabriel. The band, however, did audition over 400 vocalists. Every time they auditioned a vocalist, Phil Collins would have to teach the potential lead singers the songs, and then this gave the band their idea to have a new lead singer in Phil Collins. They said, why not? He's teaching the other singers how to do all the songs. Why not have Phil lead us? George Strait has his first hit, Unwound, which he recorded February 2nd, 1981 at Music City Music Hall in Nashville. Willie Nelson in 1993 decided to pay $9 million of the $16.7 million he owed the IRS. His accountants, Price Waterhouse, had not been paying Nelson's taxes for years, and in addition to the unpaid taxes, Nelson's situation was worsened by a weak investment he made during the early 1980s. Are you a music artist who thinks that they are owed money? Well, in 2002, the Phonographic Performance Limited launched the website performersmoney.com, and several artists went there to see if they were in fact owed any of the $17 million in unclaimed money. Well, it turns out Michael Jackson was owed $170,000 for the song Say, Say, Say. Stevie Wonder had money coming his way for Ebony and Ivory. The Kinks member Ray Davis was owed a six-figure fee for You Really Got Me. And if anyone spots Rick Astley, please let him know he is still earning money for his hits, said director of the site Dominic McGonigal. The Russian girl duo Tattoo started a 4-week run at #1 on the UK singles music chart in 2003 with the song All the Things She Said. The song had been a hit on the Russian charts 3 years earlier, and Tattoo was the first Russian act to ever score a UK #1. In 2004, CBS owed a big apology to the entire viewers of the Super Bowl after watching Janet Jackson have her breast exposed after Justin Timberlake ripped off her top. The pair had been performing the halftime duet when one of Janet's breasts was exposed, and CBS quickly cut away from the scene, but it was too late. Many CBS viewers caught the exposure, and calls flooded the CBS station and MTV as well, who produced the halftime show. Timberlake tried to play it off as it was an accident by telling people, "I'm very sorry that anyone was offended by the wardrobe malfunction during the halftime performance of this year's Super Bowl." Country great Brad Paisley started a 4-week run at the #1 spot on the Billboard Country Music Single Chart in 2008 with Letter to Me. The Spice Girls in 2008 had to cut their reunion world tour short, blaming family and personal commitments. The band said that they would end their tour in Toronto on February 26th. This upset many people as the show was scheduled to still run in Beijing, Sydney, Cape Town, and Buenos Aires. A spokesman for the group said, "Sadly, the tour needs to come to an end by the end of February due to personal commitments and family issues." Singer, songwriter, and actor Tim McGraw teamed up with actress Gwyneth Paltrow in 2010 to shoot concert footage for the movie Country Strong at the Municipal Auditorium in Nashville. Country singer Luke Bryan joined forces with songwriters Luke Laird and Rodney Clausen in 2015 and wrote Fast at Creative Nation. Creative Nation is a publishing company owned by Luke Laird on Nashville's Music Row. And hey folks, check your attics, crawl spaces, closets, and anywhere else that you thought you might have stored anything junk or just decide to bury anything out there. A 1960s Beatles record player, which was produced for fans as a commercial Beatles memorabilia item, fetched $12,100 in an online auction in 2013. The record player, which was highly sought by Beatles collectors worldwide, was manufactured in a limited quantity. This leads some believers to believe that there are still a few remaining players out there somewhere. The band Skinny Puppy sent the U.S. government an invoice in 2014 for the use of their music being used as a torture device in Guantanamo Bay. Even though the band is known for their aggressive sound, they said they never envisioned their music being used in such a way as this. When asked how they felt about their songs allegedly being used in the detention camp, singer C. Evan Key replied, "We're not too good about this. We never supported those types of scenarios. Because we make unsettling music, we can see that our music is being used in a weird way. But this way does not sit right with us. And now the U.S. government has to pay up." And now, folks, it's time to say happy birthday to the people that brought us great music or had a hand in creating the music we all love. Those born today, February 2nd, are Alan Caddy, born in 1940, Caddy was best known as the guitarist with the band The Tornadoes. They had the 1962 US and UK #1 single, Telstar. This was the first major hit from a UK act on the American chart. Graham Nash, born in 1942, Graham was a guitarist for the band The Hollies, but he left them in 1968. He later became a member of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. They had the number 17 single, Marrakesh Express, and the 1970 US #1 album, Deja Vu. Peter Macbeth, born in 1943, was a member of the Foundations who had the 1967 #1 single, Baby Now That I Found You, and the 1969 #3 single, Build Me Up, Buttercup. Ronnie Goodson was born in 1945. Ronnie was with John Fred and his Playboy Band. The band had the 1968 US #1 single, Judy in Disguise. One of my favorites, Howard Bellamy, born in 1946. Howard was with the Bellamy Brothers, who had the 1976 US #1 single, Let Your Love Flow, and the 1979 #3 single, If I Said You Had a Beautiful Body, Would You Hold It Against Me? Derek Shulman, born in 1947. Derek was with Simon Dupree and the Big Sound, who had the 1967 #9 single, Kites. He went on to become a member of Gentle Giants and later became a successful record executive who signed Bon Jovi, Nickelback, Pantera, and many others. Alan McKay was born in 1948. Alan was a guitarist with the band Earth, Wind and Fire. Another one of my favorites. They produced a number of hits, including the 1975 US #1 single, Shining Star, and the 1981 #3, Let's Groove. Ross Valerie, born in 1949. Ross is the bassist with the Steve Miller Band, who had the 1974 US #1 and 1990 UK single, The Joker. Rick DeFay, born in 1952. Rick is an American guitarist who played in Aerosmith in the period after Brad Whitford left the band in 1980 and upon his return in 1984. Eva Cassidy was born in 1963. Eva was a U.S. singer. She is the only artist to score 3 posthumous UK #1 albums, 2001's Songbird, 2002's Imagine, and 2003's American Tune. In 2001, she also had a UK #42 single with Over the Rainbow, and the 2007 UK #1 single, What a Wonderful World, with Katie Mula. Charlie Heather was born in 1964. Charlie is best known as the drummer with the band The Levelers, who had the 1995 UK #12 single, Just the One. Robert DeLeo, born in 1966. Mr. DeLeo is the bassist with the Stone Temple Pilots, Talk Show, and Army of Anyone. Steve Firth, born in 1966. Firth is the bassist with the band Embrace, who had the 2006 #2 single, Nature's Law, and the 2006 #1 album, This New Day. John Spence, born in 1969, is a singer and original member of the band No Doubt, who was big in the late 80s. Ben Mize, born in 1971. Mize is best known as the drummer with the band Counting Crows, who had the 1994 #28 music single, Mr. Jones, and the 1996 US #1 album, Recovering the Satellites. Shakira Isabel Mebarak Rapol, born in 1977. She is better known as Shakira. She had the 2002 UK #2 single, Whenever, Wherever, and the 2006 worldwide #1 single, Hips Don't Lie. She is the highest selling Colombian artist of all time, having sold over 40 million albums. Blaine Larson is born in 1986. Blaine is a country singer, songwriter who debuted his first album at the age of 18. His first hit is How Do You Get That Lonely? He later joined forces with George Strait and wrote I Gotta Get to You. And there you have it, folks. That's your music history. Today is February 2nd. My name's John Datura, your host. And as always, in the words of Casey Kasem, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Thank you, folks. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your music. Go out. Make it a great day. Thank you.